Good morning, YouTube. Man, really, I fucking tickled the uh the funny bone here with some of these people about these these clips for uh holding brake drums and rotors on and the screws. I guess these people never installed aftermarket parts. You're not putting the car back exactly the way you found it. You're not. Put aftermarket wheels on, tires. I can just go on and on. Shocks. I just did brake hoses on a car that they redesigned it and it didn't come with an additional bracket. How about that? Did not come with. And they were clamped on from the factory. How about you ever have your Jeep lifted? You're not putting the parts exactly back the way you found it because they're not the same exact parts. Exhaust systems, mufflers, shift knobs, exterior lighting, LED upgrades, headlight assemblies. People, I could go on and on and on. Put the car back the way you found it. Sometimes that's impossible. Even with factory parts, they make a design change, and because they made a design change, you refuse to put that part back on because it's not the way that you found it. You guys are you're tough, but I respect that and I love it. But keep the comments coming. That's funny. It is funny. Aftermarket lighting, aftermarket bumpers, trailer hitches. Dude, I can go on and on and on. People who build hot rods, do you think they're putting the car back the way they found it? No. Race cars, drag cars, you know, they're not doing it. They're not doing it. How about if the factory calls for a specific oil like Mobil 1 and you put in Castrol? You're not putting the car back the way you found it. Or OEM oil filter versus aftermarket. You're not doing it. So you can't say just because a clip that holds a rotor and drum on that serves actually no purpose, and say that I'm a bad guy. That's funny. That's funny. And shields and all kinds of stuff. But I respect that. But it's nice to get all the exchange. You know, some people are like, oh my God, Anthony at Meineke is such a bad mechanic. Actually, no, I'm a great technician. And I save people a lot of money versus other shops, because some other shops just don't know. Like Eric O, I've watched him patch exhaust systems in or put universal exhaust on. Is he a horrible mechanic? He's one of the best guys out here like myself. Ford Boss Me, he puts aftermarket parts on cars all the time. You don't hear him saying, well, I'm not putting the car back the way I found it. I refuse to do this. He's not doing that because he knows there's certain things that are good to go. Like, how about, Ford engineering their 4-cylinder blocks with reliefs cut in between every cylinder that's causing head gasket failures? How many dudes before they redesigned the block were putting the car back exactly the way they found it and still creating a problem because they didn't know any better? And now Honda has the same shit going on. What dummy designed this block? You understand? So by them putting the car back the way they found it, you didn't fix anything. You didn't fix anything. You flip through the pages on how to put the thing back together, not realizing in the earlier stages what the problem was until the geniuses like myself go in there and figure it out. So sometimes putting the car back exactly the way you found it isn't the right thing to do. That's for sure. Sometimes things need to be modified and improved because engineers are actually idiots. And that's the truth. Not all, but majority. It's crazy. It is crazy. But I like all the exchange. I'm going to name this video, putting the car back together sometimes is fixing exactly the way you found it is fixing nothing. There you go. Putting the vehicle back exactly the way you found it sometimes is fixing nothing.